Hello everyone. Welcome to another video episode, if you will, of Africa is for Me. I am Brandy Nicole,
And I am Marcus Bradley.
and we are here to share our experience of moving from the United States of America to the continent of South Africa, or the continent of Africa, specifically South Africa, Johannesburg. And we just wanted to update you guys. It has been 2 months since we have been here, and boy, have we been busy.
Well, we've done a lot of things and made a lot of different moves. It's interesting how the difference in culture is from attaining driver's licenses and putting the kids in school, grocery shopping, learning how to drive on the left.
Yeah.
It's a bunch of different things that you'll come into, so we're excited about it. We're getting a lot of things done again. There's still a lot of things to do, but we made the most of it so far.
Yeah. Well, I would just like to say we are in the midst of the afternoon. It's about maybe 2 in the afternoon. What time is it? 2?
Yeah.
About 2 in the afternoon. So
2:30.
we are sitting in our backyard by the pool in the middle of the afternoon, just waiting on the boys to get out of school. And after our morning of going to the gym, doing our workout, we just chilling. And so those are the moments that I love most. It's just being able to relax, enjoy good weather, and really embrace life.
It's very differently living this quasi-retired life. You're not in the hustle and bustle of the American system, grinding yourself down, worrying about how you're going to pay for things, worrying about where the money's going to come from for the things you want to do. You can just relax and take your time, get your thoughts together, and there's really no stress. There's no pressure. So we met a lot of new friends here. We're learning a little bit of different languages.
Yeah.
It's just you got to occupy your mind with something to do, but it's easy to do the things you want to do instead of doing the things you have to do.
Yeah.
And there's a big difference.
Huge difference. And so I want to talk a little bit about the election there in the States, and how it actually played a part here in South Africa on election day. And for us, I'm here to tell you guys, it did not. So there was no mention, no chaos, no anger, It was amazing here on election day, which we would expect it to be nothing different. But just being detached from the stress level that America brings when it comes to election time and election days. And then we know the candidates there in America, it wasn't for anybody, if you ask me. But, I truly enjoyed not even having to worry about all of that.
And just to add to it, it wasn't the election; it was the inauguration, because we were still in the States during the election, which was a very trying time, because that was in the midst of us moving, getting our stuff together, and still hearing how the election process went, and seeing Trump get reelected. And once we got here, the inauguration, we got about 45 seconds of play on the news. It wasn't that big of an event. The chaos started after the inauguration, when Elon Trump got his position, and that's his new name. Elon Trump got his position, and they started picking with South Africa. Now South Africa is standing on business, and they realize you just can't bully this country. And I like how they're standing up for themselves. It's slow going, but they are standing up to the bully that America is, and not letting them get pushed around. And a lot of countries are following suit. But it does impact the prices over here. Gas is more expensive, electricity is more expensive, food is a little bit more expensive, but
it's not more expensive than the States.
Oh, no. I've been hearing and seeing posts from the States. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, we hear you guys are paying like $14 for eggs now, right? Which is ridiculous. We got 30 eggs the other day for about $3.50. So those are the luxuries that we are enjoying here in South Africa. We love the fact that it's natural fruits and vegetables, no GMOs. You get real fruit with seeds and vegetables, right?
And they're the regular size.
And oh gosh, and they give you everything in great proportion. So, just the other day we went to the grocery store. I had been wanting some Jamaican food, so I made some oxtails. I wanted oxtails. We went to a butchery and was able to get 3 packs of oxtails for under $15. And we ate 2 packs and still had leftovers. So, and that's for a family of 4. Whereas in the States, I think I might have paid $15 for 1 pack, maybe even more. I can't even really remember, but those are the kind of things that we are absolutely loving. Now, what I will tell y'all is the driving here sucks. Like,
They were voted, South African drivers were voted the worst in the world for men and women.
Y'all.
And it is true.
they do
are
whatever
great.
they want to do. I mean, run lights.
Yeah,
Ain't no structure. It's just amazing to me.
Right.
Like, what is going on? So,
the robots, which are traffic lights, they call them
Call them
robots,
robots.
are just guidelines. They're not set. If it's red and it's clear, they're gonna go. You know, it's chaotic, especially during rush hour and stuff like that. So I've been doing most of the driving, and
don't keep
my,
doing
my,
it.
my side driver here she looks in all the mirrors for me. I'm like, calm down over there. I got it.
Well, he got a problem because, see, y'all, he drives like he been driving here for 4 years, and I'm in the passenger seat. I'm like, you've been here 2 seconds. Can you slow down? You doing a lot of bobbing and weaving. I need you to chill, and so I be nervous. So
Listen,
he driving.
drivers understand. You got to flow with the traffic. If you slow down, they're gonna run you over, and I don't want to get ran over. So we do the best we can. It's fun though after you get used to it. Like I said, the gas. Oh, that's one thing. It's kind of expensive. It's like 22.15 rand per liter, which is about $4.40 per gallon. But it's 95 grade. You know, in America it's 93 is the premium. Over here it's 95 grade. So it's ultra premium, and that's the only kind at the gas station. So they don't allow their cars to run on junk, and all the cars run well except the old beat up ones. But so there's some similar prices somewhere, and you'll figure all that out once you get here.
Yeah.
But the everyday operating cost we're spending about 60 to 75% less than what we did in the States on average monthly. And for me, that's a relief because, you know, when you carry a big load like that, you know, and it's hard to focus with so much pressure always on you, worrying about you can't make a mistake, you can't have a hiccup or anything, and everything just goes haywire. That check to check living and paycheck to paycheck living is kind of rough.
Yeah.
But over here, it's much easier, much easier.
They do still pump your gas for you also here, which is
want a tip.
they do want a tip, but you get that service. You don't have to get out your car to get gas. And I remember that back in the States many years ago when I was younger as a child, but that's been gone for quite some time. So, you know, they do carry a lot of luxuries that makes your living comfortable here. Everything is closed early. Sunday, you can forget it. The city's pretty much shut down by 2 p.m. That's because they believe in family and, you know, family life and being self-care, right? So they don't work all day on Sunday. If you haven't got what you need by 2 p.m., you gotta wait till Monday because pretty much everything is closed early on Sunday.
And that's a big switch for us too, because we're used to the convenience of America, where you can just go and grab something any time of day or at night. Where here's more laid back. There's no rush on anything. There's no hurry. You got time. You can walk around. You can look around. It's South African time is what they call it. So you have to get used to. Nobody's gonna be on time for anything.
Yeah,
And
there's
if
no urgency.
Right. If
here.
if you're out eating, they're not going to bring you your food fast. It's set up to where you sit, you chill, you enjoy, you talk, you communicate with each other, and it's set up that way, so it's slow, it's nice, it's easy.
Yeah.
So you won't get the hustle and bustle and the bad service like you do in the States. So we're enjoying it. We are enjoying every minute of
We're
it.
enjoying every minute of it. So, weather's been great. This is still summertime here, so the weather's been phenomenal. We're getting ready to change seasons now. Just now. They like to use just now a lot, but it's been great. Rain here, when it rains, I will say that. It rains heavy when it does rain here. But we are acclimating very, very well. We found a church home, many events. What are you going to do over there? Is there things to do? There's plenty to do. There's plenty of opportunity. Like I said, we found us a church that we've gone to regularly, and Marcus has built a men's ministry with that church. And I am now Mrs. Black, Mrs. Black, South Africa International Ambassador. So I've earned a title here in pageantry to represent South Africa.
So we're staying busy. We're staying busy.
Absolutely.
And on a more serious note, I mean, if you do make the choice to move here, make sure you have all your ducks in a row before you move. It's very easy to say, man, I can do it, and then just jump into it. But you will find out that there's the cultural differences, the governmental differences, and everything. It matters a lot. So make sure you have all your affairs in order, all your I's dotted, T's crossed, and make sure that when you get here, you can stay here. Because we've seen a few people that have gotten here and realized, wait a minute, income isn't the same over here.
Yeah.
So it's not like you're going to, at first, jobs are not plentiful. They're not. You really have to know somebody that knows somebody that knows somebody to get work. And then it's got to be a livable wage. So if you got that on your hands, then you make sure you got that before you get here. And just make sure you have a way to sustain yourself long term. Make sure your visa's accurate, your passport is not about to expire. Get all your ducks in a row. It's a change, a drastic change, and nothing happens fast. So if your passport is about to expire, it might be expired before you get a new one, and then you're stuck here. So just make sure you got all your ducks in a row. But other than that, it's been an enjoyment. I've enjoyed all of it, even the rainy days. It just like I'm sitting here, I'm having a small drink. It's 2:45 in the afternoon. So, but we can do that now because we are retired. But if you have any questions or anything like that, put something down in the comments.
We'd love to answer your questions. We have, recently this week, over the last 2 weeks maybe, started to experience what they call load shedding. What is load shedding, y'all? So load shedding is basically where there's no electricity. The electricity is off. So you have to adjust to not having electricity in your home for hours at a time. And they've been roughly about 2.5 hours. Well, I should say anywhere between 2 and 4 hours at a time. The first month that we were here, there was no load shedding, so we were very blessed. Over the last 2 weeks, like I said, we've experienced it a few times, and it's not terrible when you have the time to pray. They do tell you in advance that you're going to have the hours and the time, so you can prepare for that. Now, for the people who have solar panels and or generators, of course, they're not affected by it. Our house does not have either one of those, so it's something we're looking into. So, that has been an experience for us and the boys, but nothing too hard. But they do go through load shedding to minimize some of the costs of the electricity here on the
power grid. The power grid is stressed. The city's growing. It's huge. The country is still growing. It's huge. And like I said, it's bigger than the state of Texas, like 2 of the state of Texas. So it's an extremely large area. And they got power issues spreading the power out. So they cut power to certain sections of the city for hours at a time, and then they rotate it around. And that's what they call load shedding.
Yeah.
It's something to deal with. So it's not easy, but it's not hard either, because like I said, they give you time to prep for it.
Yeah.
And I just wanted to touch on the boys in school. If you have kids, they do not play with education here. They are serious. So your kids aren't serious, it's probably ain't gonna be the place to bring them to school, because they don't play no games. Our boys are being humbled as we speak. They are being broken down to the bare minimum, because they thought, oh man, I was doing great in the States. Now they're having to recalibrate and refigure out how to do all kinds of things, because education is a totally different matter over here.
Yeah.
So make sure they're mentally prepared before you bring them to put them in school. And school costs a lot.
School is probably our most expensive bill at this point, where we didn't pay for it in the States. But they are at a top, their school is ranked in the top 5 schools on the, yeah. And so they're at a very high level school, and so it is costly. It's costly. It's costly, but they are loving every minute of it. They're loving the experiences. I'll just tell you, my youngest son, they do a bonding trip here. So they give the students and the teachers an opportunity to bond with one another outside of a school setting, and that includes a trip of some kind. So Elijah was able to go. They took them to Durban. They flew on a plane, went to Durban, and stayed at a resort for a week. He absolutely enjoyed every minute of it. Elijah does not like water. He's afraid to swim. He got in the water. I got pictures with this boy with a life vest on, just sunning, grinning from ear to ear. So South Africa has already opened his box, opened his level of thinking on that. And then, of course, he is extremely smart, but it's still even challenging him. Finally, he has a challenge. In the States, he has not been challenged mentally. He's always been top of the class. And so here he is actually getting challenged. So that's a good thing. Now, Malachi is getting ready to go on to a camp in about a week. With his class, and they will be out in the bush, the woods, if you will, they call it the bush, for a few days, where they're going to experience that type of lifestyle, wood fires, camping type environment. So he's looking forward to that. So they don't take the mediocre, if you will, field trips to the zoo, the local zoo. They're traveling. They are getting experiences I wish I would have had.
I went to camp in 6th grade. It was not this.
Yeah.
It was not this. So I'm enjoying it for them, because they get to do things we didn't even get to experience, in a different culture we didn't get to experience. So I'm very happy for them. And like I said, they are being humbled in the classroom, but they like it though. They like it.
Yeah,
They like it.
they do. They love the school. They've made friends. They are now playing basketball on the team at the school. And so they're getting adjusted very, very, very well. We are all getting adjusted. They have a lot of homework every day, but we're getting adjusted. So I'm excited about that. So if you could give 3 things that you don't like.
That I don't like?
Yeah, that you don't like.
It's not too much that I don't like. There are some nuances, things like your American accent.
Yeah.
You look South African until you speak, and then they realize you're not from here, and that in turn changes how things are priced in certain areas and certain stores. So if it's a certain price that you got to haggle for, and they know you're American, they know those dollars come with you. So prices change a little bit.
They like to go up on
So I
price.
don't like that. Of course, the ridiculousness on the driving.
Yeah.
I don't like that. I mean, I'm used to it now, but I still don't like it. And I'm retired Army, so I like to be on time and do things like in a timely manner. So the speed at which they do things and process things, it was frustrating at first, but I'm slowing down. You know, when you take 40 minutes to get your food the first time, you're like, man, what's going on? But then you realize that's just how it is, and just chill out. So I'm learning to adjust to that. But something that old Army in me be like, man, it does not take that long to cook eggs. You know, so I'm adjusting to that. So those 3 things. But other than that, it's beautiful over here. It's beautiful. And for you?
For me, I would have to agree with the driving piece. The driving is definitely something too, okay?
I was drinking.
Good.
Trying to hide out the alcohol over here.
Well, you did. They didn't have to know that. That's what
I had already told them.
I know. Why'd you?
This is my retirement.
Anywho, y'all.
Excuse me, it's my retirement.
Anywho, I forgot what I was saying. The
Driving.
driving.
And you don't drive. But it's okay.
No, I do a little bit, y'all, a little bit.
Okay.
So the driving, the driving is a piece. You know, something I found very interesting. You can be driving, and you will just see men, and I've seen women even pull to the side of the road, and they just peeing all out in the open, just no care or concern in the world. And you know, in America, that's indecent exposure.
Not on the streets, on the highway.
They
It's
are
on the highway.
straight on the highway, just doing whatever. So that is always. And I'm still getting used to that. The load shedding is an adjustment. It is an adjustment, and also I say, you know, the way that they dry, their hang dry clothes mostly here. So the laundry, you know, is different. So because they don't have electric companies like we do. Like, you prepay for your electricity here. It's not just they bill you after the fact. You prepay. And so because of those reasons, like, a lot of people air dry their clothes to save on electricity and those things. So it's an adjustment to getting used to that. It's not that
from
it's
the South. We hang dry in the South.
I'm from
still,
South.
so.
I'm from the Midwest. Okay, Midwest, and we ain't hung no clothes. So I am adjusting to that piece of being able to hang the clothes out on the, you know, there's a whole hanging line here at the house and things of that nature. But when we say these things, it's not that we don't like them. There's just adjustments, but good adjustments. You know, it's peaceful. It's learning to operate outside of everything being given to you and those luxuries, as we call them in America. But I think it humbles you, and you're more grateful for the things that you have when you have to, you know, hang dry your clothes, or you're forced, if you will, to sit in silence. I think that's a key component to a lot of things. People don't know how to be content within themselves and in their peace of mind, and not having TV and game systems and things of that nature. And so it's a totally different dynamic. And as long as you're willing to embrace the positives that comes out of those things, you'll be absolutely fine. And for us, we love that. We love those positives. Teaching the boys not to be so self-sufficient and reliant and addicted to the game systems and the TV and the YouTubing and all of those things that America produces. I mean, it's here too, but you know, they have a balance.
So it definitely is a great experience to sit and get in your thoughts, build something in your mind, and then put it together so you can put it in motion here. If you want to create a business, you got time. I call America the machine. America is a machine, and you're a cog in the machine, and they will grind you to dust if you let it. Yeah. And you just don't have that here. You don't have that. And being able, like, even during the most inconvenient time of load shedding, like my wife said, you can sit, you can think, you can write, you can do things and get stuff together, and there's no hurry, there's no rush, and it's okay. And I'm getting used to that after being, you know, hurry up and wait in the Army for years and years and years, to just be able to not have to hurry up at all.
Yeah. We actually, too, guys, got our TRN numbers, which is called a traffic registering number, I believe is what it's
Tracking.
Tracking
registered number.
traffic.
So they use it for, like, tolls. It comes with a sticker on your car, and they use it for tolls. They use it for
No, not that.
tickets.
I'm talking about the TRN, the certificate where we can put the vehicle in our name.
Right, that's what I'm saying. That number that's on the document is what they put on the windshield. So, like, if you get a toll, it tracks it to your address, and they send you the bill to your address.
I know that part.
Yeah,
I did.
That's why we got, on the rental, we don't have it. It just, they just let us go.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So-
we haven't ran into the police yet.
Yeah, no, we haven't. But you barely see them where we are. I mean, you barely see police, but we are now able to go out, which we would be looking for a vehicle to purchase now because we have this TRN number, which is a process to get in order for you to actually buy a car here and put it in your name. So we're excited about that. So just moving along with the steps and the procedures. I will tell you this, they check your passport for everything. They had the security to get into, like when we pick the boys up from school, they have to scan your car when you come in and scan it again when you go out.
Even at the malls.
Yeah, they're checking
Yeah, everywhere.
everywhere. It's big on security, and you have to show ID. For us, since we don't have a local driver's license yet, our passport is everything. So you have to get prepared for that when you visit, that they check your ID or identification for everything. Everything.
So keep all that in mind. Banking is difficult to start, but
Well, why do you say difficult?
okay, it's difficult to implement the account to where you can actually use it on a normal basis. It takes weeks for them to verify your documents, especially if you're not if you are a foreign national, you're from somewhere, they gotta check all your documents. And it's gonna take a couple weeks for you to be able to even deposit money into the account. So that's one of the things, like the TRN numbers, those are a process to get. And don't even think about financing anything. You have to have cash, especially if you're a foreign national. So you got to remember, you got to have cash on hand for a lot of things because they just don't work or deal with foreigners. And it's coming from America, where everybody else is a foreigner, you're coming here now. You're the foreigner, and you're seeing how it feels to be treated differently because you're from somewhere else. So it's like I said, it's still a challenge to get used to it, but you just got to roll with the flow. Go with the flow, and you'll be okay. But access the processes and procedures and policies that we know. We'll give you whatever answers we can in the comments. Keep the interactions up. Keep sharing the videos. Like it, share it, and get as many people with eyes on as you can, so we can get our people back home. This is for you. We're doing this for you, so you can come back home.
Amen. What's that? Do you have anything else that you want?
That was it. I'm good right now.
We're going to go ahead on and enjoy our time here in the sun before we got to get to mommy and daddy duties before we get home. So we hope that you guys have been enlightened and enjoyed this episode. And we will be back soon with another episode of Africa is for Me. All right? You guys take care.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.